Okay, we are back, and this is how the meatballs turned out. So I had to eat a few. Sorry, I hope you don't mind. But I got hungry and I was like, this is just looking too good. Anyways, as you see here, the garlic kind of stayed together, and that was the whole reason for leaving them in these big chunks like this. I basically just cracked them when I processed them to put into the sauce or whatever. But the sauce is good. It's still very liquidy, has a lot of texture to it. This has actually cooled down a little bit, and I did eat a few with some buddies of mine. Anyways, the meatballs held together very nicely, as you can see. So these are nice meatballs, about golf ball size, give or take. And that browning process just helped with the flavor, which is amazing. I wish there was Taste-O-Vision, like I could send this to somebody or start an online food company or something. Anyways, meatballs came out great. I'm glad I made it to this point. What's going to happen from this point now is I'm just going to wait till this completely cools down back to like room temperature, or 70 degrees or so. And then go ahead and package this up into glass containers and then stick it in my fridge so I can have sauce, pretty much the whole week. If I want to, or if you want to, watching this video, what you could also do is you could just put this into like some sealable containers, Ziploc bags, whatever you usually use to put stuff away, and you can put this in your freezer. And this should last like a couple months, maybe like even 2 or 3 months or whatever, just as long as as long as the container is pretty tightly sealed, you should be fine. Some of the meatballs did come apart, which is fine. At that point, you just have a nice meat sauce, right? But most of the meatballs stayed together as like an entire unit. And like I said, they're about golf ball size. Very tender, very fork tender. Like if I want to break one apart, let's say I want to break this one apart right here, just very fork tender. It'll break into a couple pieces. As you can see right there, they're cooked. They're cooked beautifully throughout. So the meatballs absorbed the sauce absorbed the meatballs. You had a lot of flavor in here going on, and I hope this video has helped someone out there. Anyway, stay tuned for more videos in this series. What I'm going to do is probably tomorrow, or maybe the next day, I'll try to make the traditional Italian noodles, which is kind of cool because you can use that dough for pretty much linguine, spaghetti, whatever kind of pasta you want to make. It's very traditional. It's got semolina, it's got whole wheat flour, it's got some regular flour, and eggs to bind everything together, some salt, and that's pretty much the ingredients. I think I put like a teaspoon or two of water in there just to kind of help to bind everything together. But pretty much the eggs are what's doing the work. Anyways, that pasta with this sauce and the meatballs is just out of this world. Restaurant time, here we go. What you could also do, by the way, is just before service, what I would do is get some... Remember this over here? This little bit of basil? What you could do is just put some basil, either like so, or you can pull off the leaves and chop it up. Throw it into like your serving dishes, so it kind of gives a little basil hint right there at the end to each individual plate. Or you could put it in the main sauce and just let it kind of do its thing. But I would put this in like at the very last minute. And then if you really want to go nuts and knock yourself out, you could drizzle a little bit of olive oil, like the good stuff, the kind you use like for the salads that you don't cook with. But you could drizzle a little bit of olive oil over this as well. And that might help you out, just to help deliver, transport that flavor from the dish to your taste buds. Anyways, you get the idea. Links are down below in the description to the tools and products that I used today in making this sauce. Hit up the comments section if you have any comments or questions, something that you want to see in a future video. This little mini Dutch oven has performed quite nicely as long as you treat it well, and wait till it's completely cool to like do whatever you want to do to like wash it and all that kind of stuff. How would I maintain this? Just after I get all the contents out, and I'm going to use obviously a silicone spoon to take everything out of here, or some kind of wooden spoon or whatever. Once I get everything out of here and the Dutch oven has completely come back to room temperature, warm soapy water, Dawn dish soap does wonders. Let it soak for maybe a couple minutes just to get some of this like baked on stuff in there. That should come right off. So that's another beauty of cooking with enameled cast iron, is that it cleans up pretty nicely. And then, I'll just dry it and put it back in the cupboard and all that good stuff. Anyways, hit that like button, subscribe button, wherever that is down below, and I will catch you all in the next exciting video.